Absolute chaos has erupted over on X, Elon Musk's social media website, where a bunch of user accounts have been exposed as being foreign based, not based in the US. And the one of the centerpieces of the controversy is actually the DHS account, the Department of Homeland Security official government website account. And a lot of users have been reporting that that account has been shown to be based out of Israel. We're going to dive into that. But let me show you how this all played out just a couple of days ago. So Nikita Beyer here announced the new feature on X about this account, which is basically a new tab that you can click on when visiting a user's profile. And this is what it looks like. And as you can see, this is a new screen that they've just added. And one of the displays that they're showing here is account based in and then the country of origin. Now, this rollout has created an eruption of controversy over on X over the past couple of days. And as mentioned, the DHS account has been receiving a lot of scrutiny. So let me show you. One user posted a screenshot of the DHS account, supposedly. Now, one thing I want to note is screenshots can always be altered, and this could be fake. And I just want to stress that, because anyone knows that you can fabricate a screenshot. That's not necessarily what I want you to focus on. But one user did ask Grok, is this screenshot real? And it shows the DHS account over here, account based in Tel Aviv, Israel. And the user's asking, what's going on with this? They heard about the controversy. Grok responds, and Grok is the AI that is attached to X, that is built by XAI, Elon's company. Quote, the screenshot is real. It captured X's brief about this count feature rolled out November 22nd, 2025, showing DHS Gov created in Tel Aviv, Israel via a 2008 IP linked to Israeli ISP partner communications. The feature was paused due to inaccuracies. Official profile now lists Washington, D.C., likely an IP data artifact, not current operations. The conversation continues. The user asks, so it was a glitch? Grok responds, not exactly a glitch. X paused the feature over data inaccuracies as reported in tech outlets like TechCrunch and user discussions on Reddit threads. The Tel Aviv info ties to a 2008 IP from Israeli ISP partner communications, possibly historical. DHS officially lists Washington, D.C. Another user continues, can you list any other U.S. or Israeli companies or agencies that may also be linked to that IP address? Grok responds, the IP, and list the IP, belongs to Partner Communications Limited, an Israeli telecom firm, formerly Orange Israel. It's historically tied to the 2008 creation of DHS Gov's X account. Public, whois, and search data don't reveal other specific U.S. or Israeli agencies or companies linked to this exact IP, though Partner has global partnerships, for example, with the U.S. tech firms like Cisco. If more details emerge, I'll update. User continues. What is Orange Israel? Do you know who founded the company? Grok. Orange Israel was the former brand name of Partner Communications Company Limited, an Israeli mobile network operator. It operated under the Orange brand, licensed from Orange SA from its launch in 1999 until 2016. Founded in 1999 by Hutchinson Telecommunications International Limited, Elbit Systems, and Eurocom, with initial shareholders including MATAV and Polar Communications. So, as I mentioned at the outset, anyone can fabricate a screenshot showing, and there's many of these floating around X showing that the official DHS account was listed as being based in Israel. But what's really fascinating here is Grok is confirming that there is a tie to Israel going back to 2008. It's talking about IP addresses and companies involved. So in a sense, Grok is confirming what a lot of users have had suspicions about. And of course, a lot of users claim that they saw this before they rolled back the feature after all this controversy erupted. Now, the head of VP, which announced the initial rollout of this feature, Nikita Beyer, posted, "This is fake news. Location was not available on any gray check account at any point. Furthermore, the DHS has only shown IPs from the United States since account creation." And this is something that the DHS itself responded to. I can't believe we have to say this, but this account has only ever been run and operated from the United States. Screenshots are easy to forge, videos are easy to manipulate. Thank you for attention to this matter," echoing Donald Trump. Now, what's really interesting about this is Nikita states here that location was not available on any gray check account at any point. Well, that's not true, because if you actually go to the DHS Gov's official page and you look at it yourself, you can see right here that it shows the location information. And it's showing it as United States because they've had time, if there was a malfunction, to update it or to fix the glitch, quote unquote. But what Nikita was saying here is simply not true, that the gray check did not show any location data, because right now it does. So there's been nonstop chaos, nonstop questioning, nonstop outrage all over X, all over Reddit, asking what's going on here with the DHS account. Is it being operated from Israel? Are we under foreign control? When stuff like this happens, unfortunately, in the times that we are, legitimate questions. These are actually legitimate questions that should be asked. And this is, I believe, an ongoing situation. We're going to monitor it and keep you guys updated on it, but this is where it stands right now. The DHS is denying it. Nikita Beyer, the head of product at X, is denying it, of course. But a lot of users have reported that this is not what they saw. This is not what's going on. And what would be the reason for them to roll out the feature only to revert it back so quickly? So, Mike, all this craziness going on over at X, what do you think?
It's definitely crazy. I remember when I saw it mentioned, I was like, no way. Like, that's wild. Because if that's true, that's a pretty serious accusation, or at least like discrepancy. And one thing that I did, I don't really use X, but I found my old account, logged into it and whatnot. And because I wanted to read some of the replies in that chain between Nikita and the DHS to just see what people are saying and whatnot. And people brought up Grok. And so I asked Grok directly myself. And what it told me was, I got a screenshot of it here that I'll just quickly read. It said the conclusion was, yes, while the feature was enabled, the at DHS Gov account was displayed as being in Israel. Country level, but not specifically Tel Aviv. That detail stems from altered screenshots. It was a short-lived glitch, not evidence of ongoing foreign control, and the feature's quick removal amplified suspicions. If real outsourcing occurred, it would raise serious security flags, but current facts point to a technical error. For transparency, DHS should release full IP logs, but that's unlikely without pressure. That goes without saying, because the chances of the DHS releasing their IP logs is, especially unredacted or anything like that, unedited, is pretty far-fetched. But the point is, there's now suddenly a concern. So did this happen? I don't know. I wasn't there when it was all rolling out. I'm only looking at the aftermath, like many. But I do think that somebody needs to get to the bottom of it, because while I do trust the institutions at the moment, just because like there hasn't been any hard hitting evidence that I've seen that proves it, because like you said, things can be easily manipulated. It can be, especially with AI and all these things these days, like who knows what's what. I'm personally waiting for some news outlets and actual like hardcore journalists to kind of cover this and hopefully use their resources to either just to confirm one way or the other. If they can confirm that, hey, this is all a hoax, or whatever, then that makes me that's the outcome that I personally want. Because if it's true, then that opens a whole Pandora's box. And apparently if it goes all the way back to 2008, then not only do we have to hold the Trump administration accountable, but there's also the Biden and Obama administrations too. So this scandal is like has a lot of reach to it if it's legitimate. And I think the fact that it's Israel of all countries is also interesting, because Nikita says, oh, this is just a glitch that happened. But if it was a glitch, why is it showing Israel? Why is it not showing like Zimbabwe or, some Greenland or something like that, or Canada, or anything that's close to us, or like anywhere else in the world. The fact that it's specifically Israel is very interesting, and that it's not even like a percent any percent kind of like syntactical error that shows glitch. So I don't know, man. It's interesting. I'm very curious to see where things go with it. I want to know more. I don't want to speculate because, especially in social media, it's so frenzied trying to keep up with. Like I'm personally choosing to sit on the sidelines, but the little bit of investigation that I did, I think the most interesting thing about this all to me is Grok. Grok is confirming that it happened. So even if it is false, you still have Grok out there convincing many people that it's true. And on X in particular, there is a lot of anti-Semitism, a lot of like neo Nazis already using the platform. So for Grok to be out there confirming their biases, it's a Molotov cocktail, so to speak.
Yeah, there's what 200 countries on the planet. So, to your note about it being a glitch, what are the chances that it happened to be Israel? If that's in fact what happened, like, could have been any random country that could have been shown if it was a quote unquote random glitch. And the other thing is, unfortunately, this seems like one of those stories where the only possible way for anyone to verify it is if they happen to catch it in the moment it was rolled out, which was probably not very long given the controversy.
And I believe it was overnight too. I believe it was overnight.
Probably. Yeah, I think tech companies tend to roll out big features like that on slower times to like test them and stuff. So yeah, there's just some fishy stuff going on here. I hope there are ways for journalists and cyber peeps or hackers maybe to dig in and verify some more of this stuff. That would be very helpful. Hopefully that is the case. Hopefully we're not just reliant on like, oh, well, we're going to have to trust the official word on this one, as with so many other things. So hopefully we can shed more light on this. And if any other details emerge on this, we're going to be covering it and we'll share it with you guys as soon as it happens.